everybody? Freaky Friday here on the big show with the big man with the big mouth. Lots of big stuff going on. Brian Rose, OPMG, Rich Clark, everybody, what's going on? Tyler C, we see you. Thank you all. Taking your time at and think about you degenerates, you degenerates. It's the end of September, it's football season. What are you doing here? We know it, getting the nuance and the context, all that delicious goodness that you get when you rock with us. Call to the Pen HQ. Baby, baby. Redheaded stepchild of the Hammer Betting Network. Hat tip to my dude, Rob Pizzola, bringing this, the Lord's Round, the big man, baby. I absolutely told you for the new listeners, I told you in April when it was like I got shot out of a freaking cannon that we were going to be doing this right. The best part of waking up to the very last freaking drop, yo. It means the absolute world to us to show reeks of effort, and I'm extremely proud of it. Hopefully, the best host on the web with the best producer, Jay Bird, would love you, dude. All right, full slate on a Friday. Although, for the fantasy heads and true degenerates, there is one afternoon game that we'll be wholly ignoring. Right, so it's got to be Wrigley. Is it Wrigley Day? Like this, we're still doing this like, oh, how cute. There's plants on the wall. It's just like, whatever. I guess it's part of the charm of baseball. I shouldn't be knocking it. It's not like I make my bread, but it really is just funny to me. I've become like cold and calloused in my old betting years. I just want PM slate, man. Leave me alone. Plus, it was helping us get these like daily K leaders, which I think we broke. You don't really see those anymore. The daily team run leaders, I think we broke that too. You don't see those anymore. But if you want to get with all the data, we'll be dropping in about 10 seconds. Follow me on Twitter at John Laghezza. Follow the show at Call to the Pen HQ. Any time of day, any day of the week. With any kind of gambling, betting, baseball questions at all, we will definitely make sure to get to you. And again, you can follow us for those leader games. Martin Rombo, we see you, man. Appreciate you. We're gonna get to the Tigers. Not to bury the lead, I really do like Gibson Long. I'm also very high on the Tigers. Like, we're over next year's win total almost immediately. Like, that's one of the clearer futures, right? A team taking a step in trajectory. Erod said he's not going anywhere. Tariq Skubal coming back. They've got young hitters. They should be really good. Torque and Green and Carpenter, really great like core. Too bad they waste their money on buy-ins. He's not very good. He's exciting, but he's not very good. All right, enough about the Tigers until we get back to it. All right, let's jump into the games. Yeah, it's Colorado. Noah Davis against Jameson Taillon in that early one. This is funny, Again, you follow me on Twitter. You can take it in a link. It's open Google Doc, bookmark it for the rest of the year. And you can follow along with the cool stuff. Jay, there are like 3 or 4 games that are not listed. I do my best with the probables. I really do. RotoWire and Fangraphs and MLB. The reason I like MLB is because it's like the official naming. Meaning if MLB has a name listed and other people have something different, I'm going with MLB. But they also will put up the TBD to be determined. Other sites just kind of, and again, bless their hearts, right? You're trying to do the yeoman's work here. Sometimes a fool's errand trying to figure out these probables, but we'll do the very best we can. Pittsburgh has not declared the starter yet. I think I got Luis L. Ortiz on the bump against Andrew Abbott and the Reds. I have this one modeled to the moon. I have the Reds by an absolute mile. But Abbott has really struggled down the pike. Let's take a look at him. 3.68 ERA, 127 whip for Abbott, 7.11 OPS. Expected ERA just below 4, Sierra just above, 26K, and then we kind of get into some of the uglier stuff. The double-digit walk rate, 37 ball, over 9% miss rate. So that's a major one with young pitchers, especially when we get to this point in the year. We've been mentioned that he's also getting a lot of high leverage innings for the Reds. And a lot of times these young guns tend to burn out sometimes. Too many fly balls, too many barrels. There's been too many home runs as of late. But Abbott does have some good stuff, man. As a lefty, he is death on lefties. He's also pretty good in the crib. 186 BA allowed at home. Hard to pitch a Great American Small Park. Ortiz has really struggled. Wheels has kind of fallen off of that. Well, I like the Reds so much because Pittsburgh's just terrible. The offense is just terrible, kind of outright. but in particular against lefties. And again, keep this one in mind if they do ever post that strikeout leader. Pittsburgh, 27% K rate, only 7 walk, 12 swing and strike, 32 chase. Bottom 3 expected WOBA versus lefties last 30 days. Reds offense kind of hard to back also, 83 WRC plus. They're walking, but everything else just in the trash. They're not pulling it, they're not hitting it hard, they put the ball on the ground. A lot of inexperience with the Reds hitters. I also think this is off-season fantasy future big macro betting stuff. But just briefly, these teams get themselves in trouble. Platoon did that. You know, the Giants had some success with it once, and then it fell apart. Even the Rays don't do it. The Reds picked up every hitter off waivers, and nobody's playing every day. And I don't know if guys are getting rhythm. Plus, like I mentioned, they've got young guys. I do like the Reds in this one. I didn't end up pulling the trigger, so I don't want to sound like a fake here. Pittsburgh bullpen, +6 ERA, last 56 and 2/3. Oh my gosh, all right, I'm screaming at us now, Jay. Let's take the Reds. Requisite even money? Sometimes, I know I mentioned I'm not listed. As the day creeps on from when I woke up in the crack of dawn to now you woke up, yikes, 160, no. No. Heavens to Betsy, no. Reds are a bin play, though. Right, it's a cool parlay play. Stick them in a bin. And if we come up with, like, 2 or 3 plays, that's how I like to get exposure to that stuff. Tyler C says the daily run leaders tab turned into tumbleweeds. And again, this is not to like toot my own horn, but it is to toot my own horn. They brought that smoke at me. Okay, they brought that at me. The daily K leaders, that was up for grabs. That's never truly been discovered. Then you get into the nuance of having to compare it to all leaders. Gotcha. I literally model implied team totals like for the public for the past like 3 or 4 years. You put up a daily run leader and you didn't think like we were gonna absolutely mash you. I tweeted about it 2 times that we got hits on, and I think they just said this is not worth it. This is not worth it. We totally cracked that, but keep an eye on it. Again, those implied team totals are available for free in the Google Doc pinned on Twitter or whatever. All right, next up, it's the Blue Jays. They're still going at it, right? Man, Vlad had to get an MRI in his knee. From what I understand, there's no structural damage, but like that and $2 will get you on the bus here. But at least it's not like a big time injury. I'm looking at now, Blue Jays at 85 wins, 10 back of the division. But 85's got them ahead of the Mariners, ahead of the Rangers. So they've got to be right in the mix of that, if not right in that third wild card spot. So they're playing for it all. NBA Props 20, what's going on? Welcome back to the restaurant with a chef's seat. Make sure you follow my dude, NBA Props, really killing it. Your baseball stuff, fully transparent, all the stuff that we like to, gravitate towards. Follow him up yesterday. I was the ladder king of the world. Oh, look at that. And he says, I'm just here to pay respects to the man who crushed the ladders last night. Yeah, listen, I've been very good at those. I have a new kind of angle towards props. And again, I have all the data stuff that really helps shape together, schematics and stuff. Anyway. Blue Jays, Chris Bassett handled on the bump, +135. Slight dog on the road against the Flatfish of Florida. Tyler Glasnow, -155. Man, Glasnow's just been filthy. As good as Bassett's been, 3.8 ERA, 1.2 whip. Indicators are kind of flat, but he can be like that. That's okay. 41 ground ball, suppresses hard contact, does really all the stuff that we like. We've been through this before a million times. Bassett's incredibly hard to start on the road. 281 batting average allowed, 850 OPS, nearly 5 ERA, and almost 2 home runs per nine. 195 is 2 home runs per nine. Really hard to back Bassett. It's not Jays hate. It's Glasnow love. He's filthy. 350 ERA, 109 whip, 634 OPS. XFIP below 3, Sierra 310. 33% K to 7 walk. 25.5 KBB is like ridiculous. 16.5 swing and strike. 33 CSW. These are all so far above average. Like so far. It's weird. They're not even above average. They're above average for above average. Like, when you guys, we set these benchmarks. Brian David, what's going on? Good to see you. Insight, Brian E. Man, yeah, what's going on, everybody? Man, unbelievable. Grab the spear, grab the shield, form the phalanx, and defend. Sparta, baby. When we give the books nothing, we take from them everything. I absolutely love this shit. I'm going to miss you guys. I'm going to miss you all so much. It's going to be absolutely sick for me. I know. I'm going to go through withdrawals. Anyway, you got to like Glasnow. We mentioned the Toronto offense. They've really gone through a lull. 206 batting average, 628 OPS, last 500 PAs. And it's just a lot of the same stuff. 46 ground ball, 29 hard hit. Like, they're not lifting, they're not hitting hard. 73 WRC plus. You've got to give the Rays the edge here. I probably stick that in the bin as well. I don't really like to look for the cover against such quality teams like the Blue Jays, in particular when they're competing the way that they are. Good job, Jay. Appreciate you, man, for keeping up with me. Gotta like the Rays, though. I mean, last 49 innings bullpen with a 1.65 ERA, 2.44 whip, a .76 whip. Just ridiculous. Ridiculously good. Toronto bullpen surface stats have suffered, but it is a very good bullpen. Right, Merriweather got tanked yesterday, right? Did I got that right? I'm sorry, I'm all over the place a little bit. Bullpens are the last thing that I can hold on to, and the first thing that squeezes out my ear. So you gotta like the Rays. A little bit expensive to go up against the Jays. Moving on up. This one also not posted. This is like the easy run line, if not also like money line, donkey, chalk pairing. I really try not to post those until September. And if you notice and you follow my betting work, we've started hitting them this month. And it's like, yeah, we have to meet the Braves. The Braves and the Tigers. The Tigers are chalk now sometimes. Scoople's on the bump. Tigers are chalk. Especially against terrible White Sox or Royal, whatever the garbage pails they were facing. So I try not to do it too much because it really is like the sign of usually like the worst MLB bettors are the people like, I bet on the Dodgers. I would normally be the Yankees, but the Padres who also suck. They're like, whatever. I bet the Dodgers and the Mariners. And it's like, oh my gosh, you heard me. Oh my God, it hurts my ears when you say it like that. But such is life in the big city, and no matter how you slice it, run lines are hard to cover in MLB. That's just the bottom line. So it's Corbin Burns and the Beer Makers on the road against. I got Johnny Cueto and Fish, and it's just like, Jesus, help us all. Marlins competing. Also known for like developing pitching. And, the injuries piled up and it just kind of fell apart for the Marlins. They added it to break, it just fell apart. So Burns has been excellent. A little bit of struggles front loaded in the season, but he's been excellent. Really had trouble with the club, whatever. You go get this guy's a Cy Young type. 3.5 ERA, 107 whip, 601 OPS, 600 OPS. Awesome. 3.3 expected ERA. So you see all the indicators are there. 25K to 8 walk. Not special. And again, the disciplinary basket is not quite where we thought it'd be. Right, 17 KBB, 12 swing and strike, 29 CSW. Again, kind of walking through the parameters. Not quite where it is, but then again, big game pitcher. Total filthy shite, on the mound. 45 ground ball, 29 hard hit. So there's your grill master metrics, right? Keeps it low, keeps it slow. Ribs falling off the freaking bone. And he's been phenomenal on the road. 186 batting average allowed, 551 OPS for Burns on the road all year. And has a 3.4 Sierra last 40 days. He's been excellent. Cueto has a 6.3 ERA, probably just what you'd expect. He's not any good. Milwaukee offense starting to pick it up, heading into the crunch time. Now, we mentioned this. They have had such poor disciplinary metrics at times. And then when that starts to tick up again, the gold star on the big fat nose. One of the things we've absolutely done well this year. Right? No two ways about it. Getting in front of offensive trend changes, using disciplinary metrics as a leading indicator. That sounded really smart. But it is the truth, right? And it kind of makes sense intuitively. Besides like all the subjective, if you're not chasing, you have more confidence. When you're not chasing, you go into better counts, which we know are correlated to better outputs because pitchers need to go in the zone. More pitches is better pitches. Hopefully, right? These things, not always. The hope being the contact then made on the better pitches is better contact than the ones made on the worst pitches. Put it together, what do you got? Bibbidi bobbidi boop. This one is Milwaukee by like a absolute country mile. Miami 4.5 ERA, last 59 innings in the bullpen, which, excuse me, again, it's not terrible. But the reason I mention it is because very rarely, count on one hand during the whole season. Like times where I have to stick my finger in the model and change stuff. But if you've ever done this kind of stuff, and I know we have some youngsters out there who contact me about it, bullpens are really difficult. really difficult. You got to be careful of. It's funny, a large, small sample, right? So how small samples can pile up, but may not necessarily be a large enough sample. Check it out. Okay. Milwaukee bullpen last 56 and a third. I mean, that's 2 weeks, a lot of work, man. 0.96 ERA, 0.92 whip, 159 batting average, point 0.3 home run. So all the stuff that you look for, modeling it up, is all in place. That's too good. Even if those been good, that's enough to make your decision to even say, okay, I want a run line because we're going to, get ahead on the hashtag we hate bullpens. That's fine. But if you start modeling things with 0.9 ERAs, all your scores will be so far out of whack. So you have to correct it to whatever your lowest bar is. That's one of my 23 spices. I'm keeping it secret. But just so you know, give you an idea. On the Friday show, hopefully leaving you with, right, not just picks and plays and analysis, but the general betting lessons we hope to leave you with normally, but now like macro stuff to kind of, not to say stew on, but to kind of digest during the offseason. Because, I am, a lot of times it happens out of nowhere. Man, Brian Rose brought up something, and it got me thinking. And actually, I feel it's so bad. I forget the listener's name that actually inspired all the F5 team total stuff. I was modeling F5s for an entire season before I even thought about the totals. I just admitted it was a blind spot. And the follow me like, yo, man, these things are making like a ton of money. I started printing them. We started making a ton of money, and then the book started, Empire Strikes Back or whatever. All right, let's go back into the games. Being very slow today. You gotta love it. We got the extra time though. All right, next up, I got a bet on this one. It's the Snakes with shapes on their back. Brandon Pfaadt on the bump, plus 110 dog on the road against my New York Yankees. And the Dream Weaver. Luke Weaver is a New York Yankee, in case you didn't know. He brought a 6.7 ERA, 1.6 whip with him. 925 OPS. Wow. 42 hard hit, nearly 40 fly ball, double-digit barrel. That's more than 2 home runs per 9. That's a 356 expected WOBA, 414 expected WOBA on contact. Yikes. With a 6 ERA last 40 days. Also, Yankees bullpen last 2 weeks after they removed Michael King has not been very good. A 5.55 ERA last 49 innings. That's a 1.6 whip. Yikes. Jay, give me the Arizona full game team total. This one was kind of interesting. I do my work. Yeah, I got, I know a lot of times this year we've taken the lesser, like the path less trodden. I got the live 3.5. It's out there. You can take the 3.5, Jay. I posted it. I found it live in the wild. Like, I know that you trust me, and I know that the most listeners have come to trust me. Because again, when I listen, that's the quickest way to not say spot a fake, but to spot the people that are padding stats. They use stuff like BetStamp is fantastic. But you got to realize not everything is in fully real time and fully available. Like, there are hiccups with timing and scraping data, whatever the hell may be going on back end. But you could use these prop shop type of deals to find lines that are not necessarily available in the wild, and I always make sure they're available in the wild. That 3.5 is solid. I caught it live on on the donkey books. So we're going Arizona over 3.5. I could not believe it. Again, part of the work with the implied team totals. One of the things, if I had an apprentice that I'd have them look at, would be to pull these, my blind spot, generally looking at just the top scores, which I can mix up, right? The highest scoring teams for team total overs. But you notice when we were doing the team leaders, how in line with the books I would be, which is probably a good sign my model is accurate. But I never got to the lower ones. Because I forget that they post 3.5s. So I'm saying it out loud because I want to try to make it a mental note for at least the last week. For me to look for teams that have a team total listed at 3.5, but that I've modeled for like 4.5. You know what I mean? You gotta say it's a medium stuff. Like, I'm over 3.5. So something else to look out for. If you go check the work, man. Gosh, I've had people build build off the algo and create DFS stuff and create other betting stuff, prop work. So like, man, I kind of enjoy kind of being at the center of all this stuff, not thinking like this is the end all be all. If it's just the first step, so be it. All right, let's get back into the games. He can't back the Yankees. Also fought. I call him a trajectory guy, a story arc guy. Really quick for any new buddies, new people. Derp. Young pitchers with a lot of shine come up, oftentimes stink. They get discarded because their stats are bad on the season, but they come up and correct stuff. But at the very least, has been average as of late. 4 ERA last 40 games, not like the gas can. 6 ERA, 900 OPS. It's not necessarily him. Jay, do me a favor. I'm struggling to get through this right now. Can you tell everybody about BetStamp really quick before I fall out of my chair?
Yeah, John, I got you here. The easiest way to improve as a sports bettor is to always get the best odds. And we recommend using an odds comparison tool like BetStamp to get the best odds. BetStamp simply compares odds across every sports book, including games, player props, and futures. Save time and money by downloading the app today. You can find it in the App Store. You can find it in the Google Play Store. Just search BetStamp, or you can actually access it on the web on your browser, betstamp.app. And if you're looking to sign up for more sportsbooks, make sure you use the code head to the link betstamp.app/call to the pen and sign up through that page, because if you go there, it helps support the show. Now back to John.
Thank you so very much. Risking life and limb to bring you the show. Man. I live for my kids. I live for my wife and kids. I live for them. Traded everything to value my own wealth in independence and spend all of my time with them. That's it. Kids are walking disgusting petri dishes, and no matter how much you wipe them, they're just magnets for sick, and everybody's getting it. It's you feel like an athlete. You're never well. You're never gonna hear it. You're never well. I think I was healthy like 3 days this season. That 1 week I was absolutely going bananas. Like, what else is new? But for real, you can hear it. I'm just like sucking candies, which is rude in the first place. I'm very sorry. I try to tuck it like chaw, but I got no choice. I'm not gonna make it through the show without it. I'm sick. All right, let's back into the games. New York Mets. Let's go, Mets go. Tyler McGill. Ty Lord is back, huh? Plus 145 dog on the road against the fighting Phils and Taiwan Johnny Walker. McGill's been pretty good as of late. The indicator's not necessarily buying it, but we've seen the top side from McGill. And I also have Walker marked one of those negative regression guys. Walker 4.4 ERA, 1.3 whip, kind of average, but the K Walker ERA and Sierra are both closer to 5. 10% KBB, 8% swinging strike, 39% ball, 20% whip. Those are pretty poor disciplinary metrics. Normally not at the center of a 4 ERA. That would start with a 5. He's been really good at home, though. But it's been a lot of home. I don't want to say lie. He's saying home run to fly ball luck. Home run to fly ball output in his favor. Sub 1, homer 9. But the 466 XFIP, right? There's your home run regression. 680 OPS. Really kind of tough, but he struggled up really badly. 6 ERA last 40 days for Walker. I was looking at the algo. I do have Philly winning this one, but I wanted to mark this one as bad chalk before I just move on, because I'm not touching this one. I don't really like any of it. The Mets offense is really up and down. They have hit righties. Like, they're lifting, they're pulling, and barreling, right? So the things that we kind of look for. But they're not walking and they're chasing. And the Phillies are just all sellout. It's a pure sellout maneuver right now. 225 team batting average is bottom 5. 24 home runs is top 3. 26% K, bottom 5. 11% walk, top 3. 40% fly ball near the top. And then, 43 hard hit, double-digit barrel. Phillies have really been one of the best hitting teams. They're killing righties also right now. So I can't back Walker. I guess maybe that's like maybe I should have been like talking that over stuff. But both of the bullpens have been good. So I just have this one as a cross out. We'll move it on. Uncle Chuck, Charlie Morton, and the Bravos. Minus 250 favorites on the road against Patrick Corbin and our Nationals. Oh, our poor Nationals. It's amazing. To be one of these pitchers that is like a professional innings eater. Guys getting paid sick cash to just go out there and get annihilated. It doesn't matter. 5 ERA, 1.5 whip, and 8.15 OPS for Corbin. The expected ERA is near 6. I mean, it's really bad. 9 KBB, 9 swinging strike, 25 CSW, 38 ball, 21 whiff, 90 zone contact. I mean, uh-oh. I'm like, it's just a disaster for these guys. So if you're going to pitch a contact to the Braves, what's going to happen? You're probably going to be in a lot of trouble. Top 3 in doubles, runs, homers, average, OPS, hard hit rate, and WOBA. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 349 expected WOBA versus lefties last 30 days, with or without Acuna. Gotta think Patrick Corbin is in a lot of trouble. Both of the bullpens have really struggled. Braves in particular, 6.6 ERA, last 53 and a third. Keep that one in mind. And again, that's enough, believe it or not, to get me like off the run line. Algo actually has it right on the run line. I probably bid this bad boy too. Now we have like the ultimate donkey parlay. Run Reds, Rays, and Red Sox so far. I'm into that. I'm into that building a little love right there. On the Nats side, really difficult to back them right now. Really difficult. The offense is kind of falling apart. I mean, they're still not striking out. They got the contact rate up as usual, but the batting average is 217, 660 OPS, 47 ground ball, 28 hard hit. That's a 285 team WOBA, 76 WRC plus. They suck right now. And I like the Nats, man. You know, I guess I'm just getting ahead of myself. I need to maybe be a little bit nicer. Just trying to get some laughs here. Have some fun. You know, it's like, how far into the season you? So you got to like the Braves by a country mile. But again, I just don't like taking run lines when I'm worried about a bad bullpen. It's happened so many times this year. You'll have the 3-run lead, the 4-run lead, BGC, what's going on, man? Sorry, I didn't get to that tweet. That was a monster tweet yesterday. He says, well, Braves chalk attack last night. Yeah, Braves team total 5.5, team total 6.5. Got it, 7.5. Olsen's with 2 home runs. Oh, boy. Plus EV going on in the chat right now, as always. So, I just like to avoid the bullpens. That's really it. All right, so let's get back into the next one. It is the Blackbirds in orange vests. Dean Krispy Kremer on the bump for the Orioles. Minus 115. Against Shane Bieber Fever, driving all the girls wild for the Guardians. I mean, he's just back. And I know we generally attack these guys. He's had a good season, Bieber, so far. See, again, I mentioned this the other day, and I didn't take action again. I don't like sticking my finger in a model. But model, I think you're drunk. It's not that. It's listen, what does the model see? A 370 ERA, 125 whip, 409 xFIP, 49 expected, 44 Sierra. 19K is really low, but a 6.5 walk is really good. He also has the 30 CSW. So, that's why I like to incorporate all these stats, understand what they mean by definition, but also how to use them, right? So you hear 20% K, you're like, wow, it's really low, which it is. But he has a 30% CSW. That's a benchmark for excellence, which means he's throwing off-speed stuff for strikes, generally. 35 balls, 67 first strike. So there are the makings of the things that, of course, the model's been like 47 ground ball, 4% barrel, 1%, 1 home run per 9. And he's been excellent at home. I'm just not really buying it. So I guess I'm going to just leave this one. I don't want to be stud and step on a rake. I'm not the biggest creamer guy. The Orioles have just, made chicken salad from chicken something else. I've never been into these kind of jaggish, low K, high contact. He's also got a hit kind of hard creamer. I'm not buying it. I guess I see what the line is where it is. I've had trouble backing the Cleveland offense, which I don't think is any good. Yeah, and we mentioned this, right? Okay, they have a good execution plan. So if I say like they're bad, I don't mean from the top down. It's being strategized properly. I don't think talent-wise is necessarily there. They over the rails. They need some power. But the Guardians have understood the assignment. If you don't hit home runs, which they don't, 11 home runs last 500 PAs, that you can not strike out 17% top 3. You can make a lot of contact, 88.5% top 3. A lot of times that will lead to batting average, 271 average, top 5. But they're also stealing bases in a top 3 clip, 20 steals in that span. That's where the runs are coming from, right? Got to be looking at that. In betting now, steals have never been more important. Contact plus steals have never been more important. Books are obviously on it because they have the Guardians near even. Bullpen's kind of a mess. I've been back in the Baltimore bullpen all year. They've struggled as of late, though. So fair is fair. Cleveland bullpen was great out of the box. They've also struggled as of late. So you can cross this one. It feels like what it feels like to me, like a sneaky over. Is it 8? I don't know. I don't have the totals on here. Because now, like, if it's 8, I want to bet someone to bleed. I do have an 08. I got 08 minus 110. Jay, if you find that, I think we want that. Because I'm at a cleared 9. And also you gotta love the 4-4. Right? That's the beauty of the 8. 4-4 you hit 9. Right. People have soured on the Baltimore offense, I guess, because they're not as hot as they were. Yeah, let's go 08. Yeah. So we're gonna go over 8 Baltimore Cleveland official play. Lock it in, moving on. Next up, I posted this one for subs. So let's keep the sharing going. Touki Toussaint for the Pale Hose from Chicago, going to the northeast quadrant of the United States of America to face the Red Laundry. Those Boston Red Sox and Chris Firesale on the bump. I got the Boston full game run line. Like this one I had, I think, by a mile. My algo has like a personal disdain for Touki Toussaint. 5.4 ERA, 1.5 whip for the Tookster. 5.4 expected, 5.12 Sierra. Right now, again, the analysis that I do is validated in the model. So again, that's right. A lot of times I'm telling people, like, what about this? What about that? Like, a lot of times stuff's counted. 15% walk rate, 42% ball, 50 first strike, 28 O swing. I mean, just a downright horrible disciplinary basket for Toussaint. 5.2 ERA on the road, a 7 ERA last 40 days. Should be wheels up for the Red Sox. White Sox offense is terrible. Bottom 3 against lefties, last 30. That's a 261 expected WOBA. Bottom 5 offense in general, 71 WRC+. Boston has not been great, but I think they are a good offense, and I do think they will smoke Toussaint. Bullpens have both really struggled, Boston as well, but maybe no one worse than Chicago. It's a 6.5 ERA with a 5 Sierra, 1.78 whip, last 47 innings. And there's that 14% walk rate. I mean, gosh. Is there like a team total for walks? Boston walk team total, all team total over 5.5. So give me Boston to cover. Next up, this should be a good one. Bryce Miller and my Mariners on the road against Dane. Dun. And the Rangers. I am so tired of losing to contact pitchers. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of Miles Michael is beating me up and Dane Dunning and Adrian Hauser. I'm so tired of it. Oh. So I'm leaving this one, but I got Miller and the Mariners. Alvo actually has this like by a nose. Of course, someone has to win. Let's take a look. Miller with the 3.8 ERA, 1.11 whip, 691 OPS. He's been excellent. 4.1 Sierra, 5% walk, 32 ball rate to validate it. He has actually missed a lot. The misses, 9% miss, that's at center box on Savant, has turned into 44 fly ball, 10% barrel, which looking for him has only been 1 home run per 9. You got to think that regresses. He's been depth to righties, good on the road, good last 40. Dane Dunning, 3.75 ERA. You're like, wow. All the indicators at 4 or 5 are worse. 11 KBB, 9 swinging strike, 21 whiff. It's everything I hate. The ground balls are there, 46% ground ball. Granted. They're there. But he's getting by at sub 300 BABIP. That has got to regress eventually. He's suppressed on contact, give him that. But he's also struggled at home. And he has a 6 3/4 ERA last 40 days. Seattle offense has been really good. A lot of ups and downs right now. I guess I step on a rake a little bit myself because I like them. And even I kind of carry my personal bias. And they were so hot that it's funny to see how when you look at the shortened lens of 500 plate appearances, how these things have changed. Right now, Seattle, foot and mouth, big man. Big foot, big mouth. 237 batting average, 682 OPS, 25K to 6.5 walks, not good. 14 swing and strike, 80 zone contact, 80, not good, not good. They are top 3 in pull, top 5 hard hit rate, so that's kind of gotten some runs scored, but that's about it. Really, kind of hard to back this Mariners offense. Looking at that, Texas offense back up off the mat. Yeah, surprise, right? Jonah Heim is back and Josh Young is back. And all of a sudden, the ancillary pieces that I'm not used to hitting third on an awesome team, now get to go back to hitting seventh, like Zeke Duran or whatever. That's just 366 team OBP. Last 500 PAs, that's an 834 OPS, 12.5 walk, 127 WRC plus. Man, I like Seattle. Looking at the offense, I guess you could just leave it. I wouldn't even touch it. All right, who's next? My boy, Cole Reagans and the Royals with cheese on the road, plus 205 dogs against the Houston Astros, Framber Valdez. Cole Reagans is plus 205. Yikes. That's got to be the public sticking their nose in things. I mean, listen. Bring it up. Okay. So sometimes the 205 is the plus 1.5 F5. Like that would have been yummy. Are they up there? Just appease me. First 5 run line for Kansas City. See if there's any 1.5s up there, the plus 1.5. If not, that's right. Man, it's hard. It's really hard not to take the run with Reagans if he's got plus price. So even just the F5 run line, I think I'm looking at right now. All right, I'm moving on. I don't see it. Right, that's full game. No, Jay? Is the first 5 not ready? Oh, there we go. All right, yeah, that's what we wanted. That's what we... Somebody's got like a reverse old blood. It's so stupid. Anyway, what we do want is that plus money on the half run line. I'm going with Reagans. That's it. We're going with Reagans. I love Framber too, but I don't care. We're going with Reagans. I truly think right now, in a race to 15 outs, he's as good as anybody. 114 whip, 591 OPS with a 333 ERA. He has a sub 3 expected ERA. I love that. 29K to 9.5 walk, 14 swing and strike, 31.5 whiff, 33 chase, 80 zone contact. So swings and misses, inducing chases, winning in the zone. Plus 45 ground ball, 5% barrel, 0.65 homer 9, a 263 expected wOBA. I mean, wow. And sick on the road. 522 OPS on the road. 0 home runs allowed yet. I mean, he's been freaking filthy, man. He's been absolutely filthy. Framber Valdez, also very good. That's my boy, yo. I picked him for a dark horse Cy Young candidate. Though he wasn't that, he was excellent for all of our fantasy teams. 189 innings, 3.2 ERA, 109 whip. Come on, baby, we did good. 24K to 6.5 walk. I was hoping he was going to take a half step forward with the strikeouts. He didn't. But 54% ground ball, you know you're going to love that. You know we're going to love that. And I think that's how we're going to have to get by. Right, where, let's be honest, right, we can't necessarily be looking to, hammer Framber Valdez. He's always at least pretty good. Kansas City's hit lefties, though. And we know Houston hits lefties. So, we know we're kind of going into the Lions den with this one. But Valdez, lots of contact, lots of ground balls. Kansas City hitting lefties. Reagan's being filthy as hell. And getting the run at even money. So, that's my stance. I'm sticking with it. Give me KC with the run, F5. Just double check. Yeah, KC bullpen, awful. Houston bullpen has struggled also. But still awful. Next up. And I didn't even ever heard of this young man. Davis Daniel on the road for the Angels. Against the Twins and Pablo Lopez. Funny, I'm looking at Lopez's last 30 days. I feel like he's stung us. Maybe they just haven't scored from him. Lopez has been great. 3.6 ERA, 115 whip, 6.77 OPS. Expected ERA below 3. Again, you know I love that. That is like the number you're looking for. 23 KBB. Woo! 30 CSW, 33 ball rate, 30 whiff, 69 first strike. I mean, just beautiful for Lopez. All the kind of ace potential people hope for with the Marlins, but they were worried about workload. Suppressing hard contact, keeping ball in the yard, 262 expected wOBA on the season. I mean, he's just been great. Yeah, and pretty good as of late also. I don't know. I have this bad taste in my mouth. Excuse me, I'm sorry. For Lopez and the Twins, this one was not listed. Tim York in the house. Welcome back, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. You got to think Minnesota by like 2 country miles. I don't even know if I want to bid this one. I think I want the run line. Twins offense is hitting, walking, scoring runs, lifting, pulling, barreling, all the stuff we like. LA, oh my God, check how bad this is. This is as bad as it goes. And again, if there's a K leader, Pablo Lopez, probably be the favorite. Jay, bring up his K props. That's a good one. That'll be up. LA Angels, last 500 plate appearances, 32.3% K rate. 32. Nearly 16 swinging strike and a 78.9 zone contact. That is absolutely horrific. So it looks like oh my gosh. Jay, I can't play this. I just can't play. I'm not there yet. I'm trying to grow, man. I really want to grow. But I can't pay minus 150 for 8 strikeouts. I can't do it. I can't do that. I can't go for that. Whoa. No can do. No. Can't do that. But since it was posted, how about the run line? The run line must be like minus 160 also, right? Jeez. And I could be honest, I don't like to pair them. Oh, 120, we'll just hit that. Okay, we'll hit that straight. I was in the middle of saying I don't like to pair run lines and parlays. That will be the one that loses. They'll win. The team will win. But you won't cover. Because the gambler gods will punish you for being greedy. So if you can get the Twins minus 120 to cover that one up, that's like an absolute. Angels bullpen awesome. It's a 3-phase smashola. 4.93 ERA last 50 innings for the Angels. 12% walk rate. Awful. 5 losses in the past 2 weeks. Thank you. Minnesota 3.2 ERA, 1 flat whip last 45 innings. Go with the Twins. Next up. I bet this one also. Jay, it's the Tigers and the Elephants on beach balls. Tigers North Athletics. I guess. I guess we're in front of the betting public. I said it already at least once. The Tigers are chalk. The Tigers are good. They're good. Yeah, Athletics are bad. Bring up the pricing on this one. I actually thought I was gonna be wrestling with the run line in this one. But I found Detroit in my I moved them. Or I shouldn't take credit. It moved. I was early on the money line and got minus 130. So that makes the Tigers a bid play. That's the 4th money line play. We're gonna go. We'll do like our little DDP today. I don't like to pay minus 145 for the total. I don't know if I have confidence in the run line cover. Let's check it out. Gibson long on the bump, 10 innings so far. So a small set, but he's been fantastic. 2.70 ERA, 0.9 whip, a 5.92 OPS with a 1.66 expected ERA, 41% strikeout rate, 21 swinging strike, 38 CSW. This is like pornography if you do, if you run these numbers like I do. It's just straight up. This is just spreadsheet porno. Highly erotic statistics here at Call to the Pen. So Sawyer Long's been just like filthy. And he's been great on the road. Great last 40, of course. Against how much yuck can a Waldichuk chuck? If a Waldichuk could chuck yuck. He's plus 120 with those A's. He's at the 5.4 ERA, 1.6 whip. Although, remember, people, when you bet on the A's, this is the truth. You got to bet action. If you have the option, books oftentimes will list starting pitchers that will get refunded with a pitcher change. If you have the option to click on action, right, which is straight up, no matter what, no refunds, no crying, play like a champion, like Adam says, then you get it. We don't want to lose this one. So I'm going to stick Detroit. In the band, it was Reds. It was Rays. Was it Chalky Braves? Better be Chalky Braves. Next up, Dakota Fanning Hudson and the Redbirds, St. Louis Cardinals, plus 140 dog on the road against the Friar Tucks, those Padres, and Matty Waldron. This is a do not touch for me. I guess this one's probably actually an over or not at all, as I like to say. If it's at 9 flat, I'm over 9.5 on this one. I think I'm worried about the bullpen, so I don't want this one. This one, believe it or not, would be one of those slight exceptions I make, where I'd probably be over on the F5, but not on the total. Dakota Hudson, 5 ERA, 1.45 whip, no one shocked. 6 expected ERA, 5.4 Sierra, no one shocked. 3.3 K minus BB, 23 CSW, no one shocked. 93% in zone contact. That's just about as high as you'll hear it anywhere. He's really struggled and been a disaster on the road. 320 batting average allowed, 976 OPS, 7.6 ERA, and a 6.13 xFIP. Oh God, nearly 2 runs per 9. 6 Sierra last 40 days for Hudson. He's not any good. Waldron has a 5.16 ERA, 1.3 whip, and the indicators are just as bad. 5.5 expected, 5 Sierra. You know, when we get that, Jay, let's go. If it's listed, let's do the F5 over. It might not be, though. And then, Jay, do you remember if Braves were the last one? You did such a good job. I see Reds, I see Rays, I see Tigres. So, yeah, we want to go F5 4.5. We'll eat the few cents of juice because that 5th run is determinative. But let's go for that. Wait, you're on the wrong one. You're on San Fran, LA Dodgers. I was St. Louis, San Diego. I don't know if that was listed. My bad, Jay Bird. I don't even know if I said it. OPMG, man, touching our hearts. Says, I can't say how much I'm going to miss the show and the crew once the season is over. I'll be soaking it up to learn. I mean, that is what this is all about. I appreciate getting to meet you, getting to know you. Like, you are hardworking. You are super sharp. You are part of the phalanx, my dude. Like, we absolutely mean that. That stuff's serious. The St. Louis, San Diego F5s at 5. Is the full game at 9, though? Because then sometimes I get the scales tipped with the bullpen stuff. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I mean, all right, let's take a look at the offenses. St. Louis offense in the tank. No, in the tank. You know what the play would probably be here is actually San Diego team total. Let's get that. 5 flat, leave it, 4.5 hit it. San Diego team total. Because the St. Louis offense, you just can't rely on them right now. 213 batting average, 615 OPS, 48 ground ball, sub 40 pull. That's a 73 WRC plus. That is horrific. I see a highlight in the 5 runs for plus money. I would tend to eat the juice normally for the 130. Padres offense right now is rocking. And listen, doing all the things we like. Check it out. 266 batting average, 821 OPS. So the surface stats are there. 20 home runs, 76 runs scored last 2 weeks. Whoa. But also, 20% K to 11 walk. That is very strong. 87 zone contact. So they are, making contact, getting on, taking walks. And then the power strokes have been there. 20 home runs also, last 500 PAs. Hard rate's a touch low, but we know the talent's through the roof. 354 Team Woba. Man, I'm just really stuck on this one. My gut tells me I should believe, but I've been wanting to play on the offense, man. I've been wanting to get with the offense, but maybe I should just leave it. Let me just leave it. If I have to convince myself, open up and say, if you have to convince yourself, then you can't convince anyone else. So let me leave that. Let's save it for confidence. One more game, and then we'll get you all out of here. It's the Gigantes, those San Francisco Treats, and Sean Manaea on the bump against the Trolley Dodgers from Hollywood, always up to no good, and Caleb Ferguson, who's been very good, but I think is just going to open. Manaea's been pretty good, actually, which is a little bit of a surprise. I'm not necessarily buying it, but I should, because it like the indicators do, right? And it's not fair to apply it differently. 4.8 ERA, 1.3 whip for Manaea, that's kind of how I see him. But he's a 3.9 Sierra, 26K to 9 walk, 35 ball. The rest of the discipline stuff, not great. 24 whiff, 22 foul, 30 chase rate. A lot of stuff that is below average. I think I just worry about facing the Dodgers. Though they have not been great against lefties. Their offensive stuff is top 5 across the board. I mean, top 5 in runs, homers, average, OBP, OPS, K-walk, K, swing and strike, chase rate, ground ball, line drive, hard hit, WOBA, WRC plus. WOBA against righties. It's so good, Insight says Gavin Stone after Ferguson. Yeah, that doesn't make me like the Giants anymore. Although, maybe I'm talking smack because Stone was a guy that I really liked, and he kind of struggled. But I got to be careful not to step on the rake that I warn people of, right? Of guys that come back up and then they're good. And I thought I saw that he was good. Okay, he got smashed. He got smashed by the Padres, and it was good against Seattle. That was the one that I must have saw that, but I got to be careful, Giants' offense has also been good. So like, I'm not paying any kind of Dodger chalk while the Giants are hitting. 260 team batting average, 348 team OBP, 23.5 line drive, 44 pull, 40 hard hit, 9% barrel. Like a pretty good power basket. The Giants are just like, they spike and they run pure as the freaking sun for 2 or 3 weeks, And that's why you have to pick up on this stuff. It's too far into the season to be talking about year-to-date stuff right now. Too many injuries and lineup changes and shifts have happened. Weather, even for that. So I'm going to just leave this one. I got it as a cross-off. Inside, I would love to hear your take on it, too. Again, the door swings both ways. I really try and be as open and porous to the stuff as I can. I'm very, very careful about, again, trust me, I'm a loud, obnoxious, I'm assertive, I'm brash. So I gotta be really careful, to not be, I know everything, because that's where I do pump the brakes. I'm very confident in my process. It's time tested. I'm very confident in the things that I can hold the data back. And the rest of the stuff, I don't. That's why I laugh at it. Trying to predict the future is, it's not a sustainable business model. But trying to use the best inputs to put yourself in the best probabilistic scenario in order for those probabilities to play out in your favor over time. Well, that's how you get there. Boom. Come on, man. You can't fake this kind of funk. We love you. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't spend as much effort on you. Trying to make you better every day. Getting smarter, getting stronger. All that good stuff. That'll do it, everybody. One more week to go in the regular season. I know from Jay, from Rob, myself, we're all pretty deeply touched, by the engagement. And we took a massive risk moving a live show that was started from nothing after the All-Star break when popularity objectively wanes. And thanks to you, OPMG and Insight and Fire Sports and Mike K and Tim York, Tyler C, BGC, Brian David, Brian E, NBA Props, Martin Ramba, Matty Dub, Frankie A, MLB Dream, and all the people that have added a piece, of the quilt here. We see you. Thank you. Love you. Mean the world to us. Hit me up on Twitter at John Laghezza. Quite literally any time of day, any day of the week. If you want to support my stuff, I got the football stuff rocking. Our own Jay Bird will be hosting Forward Progress today. Yeah, baby. And I'll be bringing up the rear. He went and saved the best for last. I had to do at least 3 or 4 audio drops, baby. You can tell where it shows off the freaking rails. So look for Jay at 2 p.m. Eastern. Look for me at 2:35, I think it is. And we'll be bringing you some football stuff. 5 more days in the regular season. We got something planned for the playoffs. I think we're going to be bringing you some kind of smoke. And then it'll just be c'est la vie. Easy come, easy go. Love you much, yo. Thanks for picking up what we're putting down here at the big show. Enjoy the games. Enjoy your day when we done with the book. Enjoy that pay. From Jay Bird, Betstamp, Big Johnny, and the Pizza Man. Appreciate you. Enjoy the weekend. And remember, when you work this hard, there's a lot less like luck, yo. Peace out.